What does the shirt say?
It's Trader Joe's, everything's for sale.
And what does that mean?
It means we got a worthless president and don't care about the people. He's wanting money.
Really getting hard to describe the levels of ignorance and cognitive dissonance that Trump supporters express.
Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had. Truly in a league of their own. And we're very proud of it. We make the finest wine, as good a wine as you can get anywhere in the world. And I know the press is extremely honest, so I won't offer them any, but if they want, they can take a bottle of wine home.
It looks as if what they did is they sort of like took the body of Daniel Craig when he was playing James Bond, and they just photoshopped Trump's face and then a bunch of different hats onto it. But they are non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and there are 45,000 of them now.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know where to begin either.
How these quote unquote trading cards are just Trump photoshopped into the fantasy scenarios of a 10-year-old boy. Like this one where he's a cowboy, or this one where he's an astronaut, or this one where he's a race car driver, or this one where he's Superman, or this one where he is so cool that Hollywood has changed its name to Trump World, or this one where he is some sort of big, important stock guy.
Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul.
I can keep going, but I think you get the picture by now. The only thing that Donald Trump values as much as himself is money, considering he's crafted his entire public-facing image around being a successful billionaire businessman who could do no wrong with his investments, since we know that's the furthest thing from the truth as possible. It really speaks to the power of Trump's rhetoric, how he markets himself, and how media coverage has convinced enough people to believe that he actually cares about their well-being.
There's a whole lot of problems that we can talk about.
Are you talking about his son-in-law getting the $2 billion deal from Saudi Arabia?
Well, that, Hunter, all the stuff with Burisma and things like that.
Is that shady to work in office and then make a deal with Saudi Arabia for $2 billion?
Well, if Biden's name's attached to it, I'm pretty sure it's shady.
Okay. But no, that's Jared Kushner. That's Trump's son-in-law.
Well, that may be. I don't know. I'm not real up on that, but
okay.
Thank you.
All right.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Trump has so much control over how his followers think that he can flaunt his corruption in their faces and suffer virtually no electoral consequences, since voters are willing to look past Jared Kushner's $2 billion payout from the Saudi Arabian government and the royal family, as well as cutting taxes for the rich, as long as Trump keeps dehumanizing black and brown people, pandering to religious bigots, and posturing like he's fighting for the everyday American.
Well, this, Tucker?
Yeah.
He's my hero. And then right under it says, stop liberal intolerance.
Case in point, this woman.
For our country? That's a hard question. Probably Putin.
It is?
Yeah, I don't think Putin's as bad as people want to.
You would vote for Vladimir Putin?
I would. Over Biden? Hell yeah.
You would vote for Vladimir Putin for president of the United States?
Putin wants to go back to good morality. He doesn't allow all this crap about genders and pronouns and crap. Russia thing, let them work it out.
So you would vote for Vladimir Putin over Joe Biden for president of the United States?
I would. I'd rather have a corrupt Russian than a corrupt Biden.
There you have it indeed. The unjustifiable and illegal military invasion of another sovereign country aside, admitting that you would vote for Putin solely because he's rabidly anti-LGBTQ says more about you than it does about him. Given that she experienced an entire lifetime of Red Scare propaganda where Russia was the ultimate boogeyman, it's astonishing that such a simple sign of respect for how another person identifies could tear down a lifetime of trained behavior. But that's the power of right-wing propaganda.
Founding fathers restricted voting rights for vast majorities of people, including women. The women didn't receive the right to vote until the 19th Amendment.
And then we fixed that.
I don't think that was a good thing.
You don't think so?
I don't think it was a good thing. I believe
the 19th Amendment?
Yeah. Every woman, every person, women, men, black, white, whatever, has equal dignity under the law and before God. That doesn't mean they'll have the same roles and should have the same influence in a society.
So who should have influence in our society?
Christian leaders.
This is what the Republican Party under Donald Trump looks like. Fascism is spreading in America much quicker than it has in the past, and sadly it doesn't look like the Democratic Party has any interest in tackling the issues head-on, barring a few exceptions as always.
If you look at the history of Jesus, it was hundreds of years later before he was recognized, and that's probably the same thing that's going to happen to Donald Trump.
When you see him, the presence that he has in the room, the way he kind of commands the crowd and the way
I think he's been picked by God, yes.
Yeah. Jesus is my savior. Trump is my president.
What does that mean to you?
Jesus died on the cross to forgive us for all our sins.
Believe that the man that can help this nation, the one man that was ridiculed, destroyed as Jesus, Trump, can come back and save the American dream for all and make America great with the dignity, with the power of who she is. The land of freedom, God's land, God's glory, the USA.
The Republican Party is being kept alive by clowns like John Voight and these other fools by using the unholy trinity of bigotry, religion, and Trump's cult of personality to push their policy goals forward.
You've identified as a Christian nationalist. There's a lot of talk about Christian nationalism now. Do you feel like that's something that they're going to be making a big part of this campaign?
Are you aware that the founding fathers were Christians and nationalists? I mean, I don't know why you think that's such a bad thing. Of course I'm a proud Christian, and of course I love my country.
How I feel. If I had it my way, we would have impeached him a long time ago. Actually, if I had it my way, we would have been successful in our objection on January 6th, and he wouldn't even be president.
The right wing's wholesale embrace of and advocacy for hijacking our supposedly secular nation for evangelical Christian nutjobs like Marjorie Taylor Greene has continued to normalize the bigotry she and her base represent, opening up more avenues for these kinds of people to join the broader MAGA movement.
And the attack on Christians is absolutely absurd. It's absolutely demeaning to a real Christian who lives by the word. And if you're just being honest with yourself, who else even mentions God other than Donald Trump? Who else? Nobody.
Do you feel, though, that there should be more God in politics?
We should be returning to our Judeo-Christian values as a country. Everything in this country should be based on Judeo-Christian. Like when, I forget which Congresswoman Tlaib put her hand on a when she...
The Quran?
Quran, thank you. When she was sworn in on the Quran, every person in this country should have been up in arms about that. You can put your hand on the Bible when you're serving. Everything that laws you pass, anything that you're talking about should be based on Christianity. When you go home, you have the right to practice whatever you want. That's what's great about this country. But don't bring that into our Congress.
But we don't, in fairness, have a national religion here, the same way we don't have a national language. A lot of people who, see a Jewish representative swear on a Torah, the same thing for a Muslim, the same thing for a Christian. You said you don't like the blending of church and state, but doesn't that do that?
Yes, it does do that. But again, I go back to this as a Judeo-Christian founded country. When it comes to our politics, when it comes to our country, it should be Christian-based, period.
We have a separation of church and state.
It might be to some people, but not to me. I just know that God is in charge, and whatever he does it's the only thing to be doing or that can be done. So he's going to take a lot. He's going to go a long ways before he destroys the evil.
And what's the evil as you define it now?
Yeah, well, I can't go that far. I know the evil and you know the evil, but we don't speak it that way. Christians don't, anyway. I don't.
No, I mean when you refer to evil, because I don't know what, evil to me is people who kill people.
Well, Biden's evil. And that's about all I can say to that.
It's a good Lord that put us here. It's a good Lord that wrote the Constitution. Yeah. That's what it's all about. And, I'm all about it.
You're crediting the Lord with the Constitution?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You're crediting the Lord with the Constitution?
Yes, I am. I credit him with everything. Don't push it on me just because I don't believe in it. Don't push your religion, your sexuality. That's fine. If you want to be that way, be that way. Don't push it on me.